Okay, guys, welcome to the Chosen One podcast show. If you landed on this podcast episode, you are probably a manifesting generator and a female entrepreneur, coach, or expert. So, welcome. Take a cup of tea and binge listen to all the amazing episodes I have set up for you. Episodes to help you create the right energy and mindset to create the manifesting generator business and life of your dreams. Here we go. Hello, hello. We are back again. I'm so excited for a new podcast episode this week, the last week of May. And it's so interesting because usually I record my first episode of the week on Monday or on Tuesdays. But yesterday, Monday was the second, I don't know how you guys call it, Pinksteren. So it was a holiday here in the Netherlands. And then Tuesday, I actually decided to treat myself on a Reiki treatment. So I have experienced so many headaches the last couple of months especially, but it actually all started when I started taking my braces. I have Invisalign, so those are invisible braces. And since then, I have experienced extreme headaches, like migraines. And I kept looking at it from a point of view like there was something wrong, like I needed to fix something. And somehow this weekend, I had some sort of mindset shift. And I was like, you know what? There is nothing wrong. There's nothing going wrong. But my body is just telling me to give it a little bit of extra attention. And this is when I remembered that way back in the days, like 2017, 2018, I used to do a lot of Reiki because my best friend, I wouldn't even say that best friend is the right description. We are just soul, we are sisters on a soul level. It's so interesting. I'm talking about Jennifer. She's the one who did the Reiki to me yesterday. And at the beginning, 2017 and 18, I actually went to her house very often, or she would come to me because we both didn't have children back then. So we would see each other a lot, and then she would always give me these amazing Reiki treatments. And she has this amazing gift, right? When she touches you with her hands, something magical happens. And yesterday I got to experience that again because I was like, you know what? I don't care what happens. I'm gonna send her a WhatsApp and see if she's available tomorrow. I need a Reiki and I want to see her. And I was like, if it's meant to be, she'll have a free schedule. And she was like, I never have a free schedule, but tomorrow I do. So come over and I'll just give you a beautiful Reiki treatment. Anyways, the epiphany that I had this weekend was there's nothing wrong. There's nothing going wrong because every time I get these migraines, I tend to get into a spiral of thinking, what have I done wrong? Have I slept too little? Have I ate the wrong thing? Is it because of my braces? I was obsessed with finding the cause of the migraines. And then this weekend, all of a sudden, I felt like there is nothing wrong. There's nothing going wrong. It's just my body telling me that it needs a little bit of extra attention, right? So that was such a beautiful shift because it allows me to look at it from a different point of view. And if you really think about it, it's of course, my body desires a little bit of extra energy, right? Because I still breastfeed 24/7, right? Our daughter is now 12 plus 7, 19 months, and I still breastfeed night and day. So that takes a toll on your body. I had a very intense pregnancy, right? So I feel like my body is still sort of recovering from that. And then like a couple of months after I gave birth to our daughter, I decided to take those braces. And that was an extreme treatment because my whole jaw needed to be widened. It had to become wider. So it was a very intense high speed treatment to get my teeth in the right place. And they first went all the way to the left, and then they went all the way to the right. So it took a lot of force and strength, like a lot of force on my neck muscles, which of course results in headaches as well. So I was like, you know what, my body just needs a little bit of love, and that's why I decided to treat myself on that beautiful Reiki treatment. And it was like, I forgot how amazing it was. I laid down. She's not officially treating anybody at this point with Reiki. It used to be her business. At this moment, she's not really actively doing anything with it. So her treatment table and everything wasn't at the house. So I just laid down at her couch, and she was like, "Just come and lay on my lap with your head." And she just intuitively knew where to place her hands. And like magic, I first felt the whole energy going through my shoulders, and then after that it like transitioned and it went all the way like through my whole skull. It was incredible, and I laid there I think for 90 minutes, and then it was like all the way on top of my head, and it was like, okay, we are done. And it was like, it just reminded me that there is so much more than we can see with our eyes, right? Energy work is real. And sometimes we tend to forget that, or I tend to forget it, if you're like not really experiencing it in a physical sense, right? But by having her hands on my body, I literally remembered again, like, oh my God, energy work is so, so real. And it's so interesting because I met Jennifer, or we met actually in 2017 when I hosted my first group coaching program with actually another coach that I was working with at that time. And Jennifer was one of the clients. Oh no, no, it was even before that. She enrolled in my first program that I sold on webinars, which was my money mindset training. She enrolled, and I remember the story so well. She was like sitting on the couch, and she was watching one of my webinars, and she was like, oh my God, I want to sign up for this program, but it costs 500 euros and I don't have that money. And I remember her telling me that she told her husband, like, I want to sign up for this program, but it costs 500 euros. And at that time, she really had a very, I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to tell this. She had a very like a low money mindset. Like, she would like a lot of like small things that were very normal for me to purchase, for her were a really, really big thing, like buying salmon, for example, in the supermarket. That was a huge thing for her. So she had like 500 euros was a huge amount for her. And her husband at that point said to her, but isn't the whole point of this training that you're gonna manifest it back and even more? And she was like, yes. He was like, well, then sign up for it. So she signed up for it, and well, it actually was very interesting because she signed up for the program, and then she watched me, I think, on another webinar talking about affirmations and my vision on affirmations, and she had a very particular vision on that as well. So she sent me a little video explaining her vision, and I was so intrigued by her energy that I replied to her, and this is actually how we came in contact and our friendship began. But the interesting thing is that later on, I hosted a group coaching program, and she enrolled for that as well. There was a way higher investment. And this is where our friendship really took off and got out of the shadow, because at the beginning, she really wanted to keep our friendship a secret because, well, at that time I was pretty well known in the Netherlands with my online coaching business. And she didn't want anybody to know that she was my friend, because she didn't want people to start treating her differently because she was my friend. It was so adorable. But I was like, oh my God, we're not going to keep the relationship a secret because of that. So we brought it out in the open. And since then, we pretty much were inseparable for 2 whole years. I mean, we were on the phone always. And like I said, we both didn't have children back then. So we had all the time in the world to talk for hours. We both were like entrepreneurs, had our own business. And she was such an important piece of the big early stage of my business because she really supported me in an energetic way. And I think sometimes we tend to forget that that is so important to take care of as well, right? You can take care of your mindset, you can take care of like your all your strategies and everything, but your body requires a certain amount of energy as well. And her energy always really it charged me, it recharged me, it gave me the life force that I needed to really run a very successful business. So I really decided yesterday as well, like, you know what, I'm gonna do this more often, and I'm gonna like book weekly sessions again at the acupuncturist, do you call it that way, with the Chinese, like with the needles and everything, because our body does, like, it really needs like that, as just like as you put like the right food in your body and enough water, the life energy, you can actually like help your body be vital, right? So yes, I really wanted to share this with you guys, and just to inform you a little bit about what's been going on behind the scenes, but also like how do I take care of my body so I can perform at the highest level, because I do not only owe that to myself, because I just like, of course I owe it to myself, and I have to take care of my body, and I have to take care of my daughter, and all of that, but it's also a very important part of my business, because people, the women who sign up for my programs, pay me a good amount of money. And I don't care if they invest 99 euros or 9,000 euros. When somebody invests in my portals, I truly believe that it's my job to give them the best that I can offer for that portal, right? My intention for the portal, I like, as an energy worker, we need to be very clean in our energy, and we have to perform. And this week I actually started with the 7-day Selling Queen journey again. The 7-day Selling Queen journey is designed specifically for manifesting generators, and it's a program I have hosted it multiple times, but this time around I really felt like I needed to upgrade it. So I actually changed the complete content of the whole program, and really decided, you know what, this is going to be a masterpiece from now on. Everything I do is just, I'm going to turn everything I have into a freaking masterpiece. And that's like the intention I set when I also decided to really give myself those energetic upgrades again, because I know with these energetic upgrades, I can perform again at a very, very high level. So I started with a group of 8 manifesting generators. It's such a beautiful group. We have somebody from Mexico. We have 2 women from the UK. Then I have someone from Croatia, somebody from Italy, then somebody from Belgium, but who lives in Spain. And then I have 2 other people, but I'm not right away sure where they are from. But anyways, it's a beautiful group of 8. And I decided, like, I always love to challenge myself to the next level, right? So this time around, I was like, okay, how can I take the MG Selling Queen to a next level? So before, I hosted it in WhatsApp, but I would just send them like audio messages in WhatsApp. I was like, no, we're not going to do that, because the last couple of months, I've told you guys, I've been working behind the scenes on a lot of new content. And I also actually channeled a outline, like a formula that really helps you become the entrepreneurial success story. So what I did is, if you look at my career, I actually managed to build a very successful online business twice, right? So the first time was in 2017. This was when I stopped working as a psychologist. This is actually a whole story. It's a whole different story. I don't know if I ever shared that on a podcast here on the English podcast, but I used to work as a psychologist. I worked as a psychologist for over 10 years in a rehab center and then later at eating disorder clinics. And at a certain point, I knew I had to leave there. I knew it wasn't in line with my highest goal and with my higher purpose to stay there. But I was super afraid to make that decision because I had a high mortgage and I had student debts and everything. So I was like, I cannot lose this income, right? So I didn't have the courage at that point to leave my job. But I truly believe that when something is meant for you, it will happen either way. So either you make the decision or the universe makes the decision for you. In my case, the universe made the decision for me. It didn't feel pretty at all at the time. It felt very devastating. I had a lot of anxiety coming up, but it was the most beautiful gift in disguise. And it was actually the gift that catapulted my business because I had to leave my job. I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to make this happen. I'm just going to build my business, right? And I had no idea about online business. I had never run an online business. I didn't even know it existed, really. But I was like, I want to help a lot of women, and let me just see what the universe shows me. And the universe literally showed me to start making online courses. And this is how I actually started my business. And within a couple of months, the business really took off. It took off really fast. As soon as I created my conversion offer, it took off and it allowed me so much financial freedom that lasted for years. And because of that financial freedom, I had so much room and space to follow my beautiful MG heart, like my multi-passionate MG heart. I wrote a book. I published a card deck. I hosted a lot of live events. I really got to follow the joy in my business because I had that financial security. And that financial security actually happened because I created a conversion offer. This is actually something I'm currently teaching. At least I'm not completely teaching it. I'm explaining to the women in the MG Selling Queen journey a little bit of this formula, and they're getting a bonus where I explain the outline of a conversion offer. But it's actually in my new portal, Unapologetic, that I go way more in depth in how to create a conversion offer. But that's not for this particular episode. But the conversion offer really catapulted my business into a success story, right? And it allowed me the financial freedom to really create a business fully on my terms and to enjoy and follow the joy and to inspire a lot of women along the way. Well, in 2022, after I gave birth to our daughter, I came to a point that I really felt that I had lost the joy in my business. Like it's actually interesting because the financial stability had stopped there, and that really forced me to look at my business again and be like, okay, the financial buffer now is gone. What is pulling me? And I discovered like I wasn't in love anymore with what I was doing. I was really called to a higher level. I needed to upscale my game, and in order for me to make that transition, the universe literally had to take away my money so I would like get into action, right? Because if you have a lot of money, it's just like easy to keep doing what you're doing. But they gave me a reason to step up my game. So again, that didn't feel pretty, but like I said, if you're not making the decision yourself, the universe will help you do that. And usually that is not a way that feels very comfortable. So in 2022, I went through a very uncomfortable period when it came to money. And it was actually, again, a blessing in disguise because it made me really creative, and it gave me an urgency to step up my game. And actually, again, I managed to really turn the story around, and in a couple of months, again, build another another online successful business, right? Because in 2022, I literally was at zero again, with zero clients and like a blank page. Literally started, I burned everything down. I recorded an episode about that, I think in May somewhere, or June or July, I don't know. I burned everything down. I started all over again. And it's now May 2023, and I have a very successful online business again, with with like 95% international clients. Okay, so that made me think, like I told you, the last couple of months I've been really diving into my one line, the investigation line. It made me think, like, Sophie, what is it that you do that makes it so, like, almost, like, it sounds easy. It isn't easy, but I managed twice to build an online business, successful online business. And successful for me means that I make money and get to do what I love, right? Without having to do anything that doesn't feel aligned to me, that drains my energy. I like I run a business on my terms. For me, that is a successful business. When I run a business on my terms and make money doing it and inspire a lot of women along the way. So I looked at my situation. I was like, you managed to do this in 2017 and you now managed to do it again. What is it that you actually do? And over the years, I have taught my clients my method, mostly in my one-on-one portals. And really the women who follow my methodology and have the true desire to run a business like that as well, they have manifested it in a very short time as well, because I know my method works. But because I did it for the second time, and this time around I really, on a how do you call that, not subconscious, but the other thing, so on a conscious level, applied my human design strategy, right? So looking back in 2017, I also applied my human design strategy, but at that point I didn't know. But this time I did it in a deliberate way, right? So I started, like, sort of looking at my situation, and then sort of channeled, like, what are the steps that I actually take, which then leads to me building a business in such a short amount of time. And that's, like, without doing anything that doesn't feel aligned to me, right? So I didn't, like, spend like 10 or 20 or 30,000 euros on Facebook ads in order to get my business rolling. I have spent money on ads, but, like, not crazy amounts, right? I mean, I'm thinking about maybe 2,000 in the last couple of 6 months, so not a crazy amount at all. And in 2017, I think it was probably the same. So I looked at it and I was like, this is so clear. There are, like, 3 clear steps, or like 3 clear areas that I mastered in order to become the entrepreneurial success story. And it all leads to, like, really fully embracing that unapologetic energy, right? As a manifesting generator, when you really embrace and embody the unapologeticness, this is where you can build and become that entrepreneurial success story. But to become unapologetic in your energy, there are, like, 3 specific steps that you need to take. I will not go into those 3 specific steps in this episode. This is something I'm currently diving deep into with the women who are in my Selling Queen portal, and I first want to do this completely with them, and I want to give them my full time and focus before I will share it in this podcast or on any other platform. So for now, I'm going to leave it at this, but I do want you to know that if you are dreaming of, like, really building a business on your terms and making good money along the way, that it is so possible. And it's not a matter of luck. It's not that I am different than you. I'm just like you, a manifesting generator, and there's nothing about luck. It is about truly following a step-by-step method. I follow a step-by-step method, and that leads to the results that I actually create in my business and in my life. So remember that if you discover what the method is for you, you will become the entrepreneurial success story. And of course, if you're drawn to my energy and you really want to discover what your way of doing it is through the methodology that I teach, make sure to just keep following the podcast show. Maybe if you feel drawn to it, place your name on the wait list for Unapologetic. There's another portal that I'm about to launch, which is really crazy effective as well. So there's a lot of things coming your way. So if you place your name on the waiting list, you'll be the first to know and to receive an offer. If I feel ready to make the offer to the outside public, as like for now, I'm not ready to share it with the outside world. I'm only sharing it with like the clients who are already in my portals or are in the MG Selling Queen journey. I'm very deliberate on who I share and inform about the portals at this stage, and at the right time I will share it with the outside world again. Again and as well. Okay, have an amazing day and we'll talk soon. Okay guys, so behind the scenes I have been working on an amazing new offer where I teach you the exact step-by-step method that I have used to build a successful online business twice. This offer is for you if you are a manifesting generator, an online coach, ready to get the needle moving again in your online business, done with the self-sabotage and procrastination, and done with feeling all over the place. So if this is you, you can join the waiting list by leaving your name and email on the form of the page sophiedipmar.com/sign up, and you will be the first to receive all the additional information.